Hi everyone and welcome to another Encoded video. Today we're going to see a real example. We are going to see how to deploy an application in Cloud Run in Google Cloud. Today we're going to learn how to save cost and create a continuous integration and a continuous deployment pipeline with GitHub Actions and Terraform Cloud. We are going to deploy Claimora. This application is a time tracker used to record the working hours of all employees of the company. It is based on Rails and Ruby, and it is deployed on Cloud Run. In the beginning, Claimora was created to be deployed on EKS Fargate, or even on ECS Fargate. But after several days, the decision was taken and all the infrastructure was moved to Google Cloud Run. Google Cloud Run is a serverless compute platform that enables you to run stateless containers that you will invoke via HTTP request. We need to understand something. The state in this case can refer to any change in a condition, including the results of an internal operation, interaction with other applications or services, the contents of memory or temporary storage, or files open, so no storage. And if the container is killed, the application should continue in a new container with no changes. Something else to consider with Cloud Run is that you never should start background activity. You should not start background thread or any kind of routine that you run outside of the scope. In a serverless context, there is no active process waiting for jobs, so there is no init process. Processes are spawned based on HTTP. So now is a question, how to manage background jobs on Cloud Run using Ruby on Rails? You will need to use something interesting. You will need to use Cloud Task and Cloud Stacker, that is a background jobs tool for Ruby using Google Cloud Task. Now first, we need to understand the basic components in Cloud Run. We have first Cloud Build that will be triggered every time that we push our code. We'll build an image and we'll push in the registry. And on the other hand, we have a service that in Cloud Run is the object that will deploy a new revision of the container already built by Cloud Build. To create the infrastructure, in this case, we're going to use Terraform Cloud. With the Terraform, we create everything. We create the build trigger, AIM rules to give permission to our services account, our SQL instance, the Cloud Task, our ready instance, and the cloud service in Cloud Run. These are the main elements and all necessary to deploy the app. Something else that we have in our case is a mapping between the domain, claimora.com or staging.claimora.com, with the service. And this is magical because Google takes care of everything for you. Takes care of the certificate for you, and you don't need to do anything. As soon as you create the mapping, the service will be automatically deployed in this domain, and the certificate is there with set scalar. It's magic, really. Now, every time that you push your code, you will have a new version of your application. If you want to have continuous deployment, Cloud Run offers you a way to execute, let's say, a gradual deployment, exploiting the traffic to the container in a percentage. So, for example, if you are working with a revision number 10 and you want to deploy a new version, you can tell to move only the 10% of the traffic to this new revision, and after a pass of the test, you can move the rest of the traffic. We need to have a pipeline and we need to save cost because every bill is money out of our pockets and money in Google Pockets. To do that, we're going to use the 2000 minutes that GitHub gives to us for free every month in Actions. We're going to create a pipeline, and this is going to start as soon as we have a push. That is going to build an image in GitHub servers for free. In this way, we are not going to use Google Cloud Build, and we are going to save those costs. Our pipeline is going to test our feature brands code, and after that, we'll start the test in staging, infrastructure, and application. After that, we'll build the image in GitHub and push to Google Cloud Registry. Deploy now in staging, the last image tested in our service, and now for prod again, testing application and infrastructure, promoting the image, and deploy services with promote image, and everything with GitHub Actions. To do all these actions, We only need to have a file in GitHub Workflows that define all the steps. As you can see on the screen, we are defining several jobs to execute all committed steps. This leaves us in a continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline, and in a way to save cost. The idea is, as soon as you move out of Google Cloud Bill, you will start to save because you have your 2000 minutes monthly, and in case that you need more, you can connect your own servers to start to pay to Microsoft. And that's all for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you enjoy Cloud Run and Terraform, and for sure, GitHub with Atoms in a real example. See you next time.